What's up guys, and welcome to episode number 15 of the Formula 1 2019 Noob Career Mode. We are now going to be going to Italy and the Monza circuit, seats in history, with the Bank of the Past ever looming in the background of the track. Have a look at our quick messages here to see what's going on with the track conditions and the weather. No upgrades coming here for Italy because we've got the major engine upgrades that are still on the way. So we're just going to go jump straight into qualifying here.
The pit lane will be open shortly, which means it's nearly time for qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix here in Monza. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on in the corners and max out down the straights?
The teams will have arrived with all manner of parts designed to capitalise on the long straights. The cars will be that much harder to drive in the corners, but everyone will be in the same boat.
So it's time for us to hit the track now for qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix. Here we go, out on track now. Now we've gone for the...
Here's the top 5 cars as things stand. Ricciardo, Norris, Vettel, Raikkonen and Grosjean.
We've gone for the lowest downforce default setup to try and maximise the amount of speed we can gather on the straightaways here. And as you can see, 347 kilometres an hour there as we head into the hard braking zone for that first chicane. This car is definitely an absolute bullet right now as we pull a cool 230 kilometers an hour going into the second chicane. Now, this is a track that I'm not too bad at. I've raced a lot on iRacing. I actually made my open wheel debut in iRacing at Monza in the Skip Barber series, and I finally got my first Skip Barber win here at Monza as well. Like 3 months later. As now we're coming up to the Ascari chicane after coming out of the Lesmos. Lewis Hamilton so far with the top time, as you would expect in a Mercedes. That engine is just so OP on this very straight track. To break it in deep for this final corner down the 4th gear, managing the throttle. Full throttle now as we click into 5th gear, the 6th gear, sorry. We cross the line. And we go down. We see that we qualified in P9 here for qualifying 1. We move on to qualifying 2 now. We start the lap off. The DRS on as soon as we possibly can, and far to the left as we possibly can as well, to maximise our cornering arc as we're going through this first very tight chicane. It looks like we had another car just a little bit up the road in front of us, so hopefully we might be able to close in on him and utilise his slipstream as we're going along that second very long straightaway. It's definitely going to be very close to whether we can or not. Max Verstappen goes with the top time at the moment. Come out of the second Lesmo. A little bit of oversteer on the curb, but we would have only lost maybe a couple of hundredths at most. Breaking down into 4th gear for the Ascari chicane. Come powering out of it, full throttle. It looks like we just weren't close enough to utilise the slipstream of the car in front of us. Sergio Perez now goes with a 122.8 to take the temporary top spot. We cross the line and it's good enough for the original pole, 122.1. And we actually managed to hold on to P2 here in qualifying 2. See Lucas Weber up in the 5th, securing his ticket into the 3rd qualifying session. See Pierre Gasly, our old rival, sitting there in 6th. And Devon Butler out of Q2 in 14th. Now move on to qualifying 3. And I'm just going to be quiet so we can enjoy this lap together.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
You see there, we crossed the line with
We're
the
all ready
provisional
for
top
tomorrow's
time.
race, but before we
By the time
begin,
we come
let's
into
have
the,
a quick look at those
results
who will
here,
be
we've
fronting
slipped
the
down to
grid.
P5.
Bottas, Hamilton
Lucas
and Lucas
Weber
Weber. With
out-qualifying
qualifying
us.
complete, all that
Pierre
remains is
Gasly
the
down
main
at
event.
7th.
We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure...
We're going to check the rivalry update here, and we can see that we actually haven't set a rival yet. So we're going to fix that up before the start of the race. I actually completely forgot to do this at the start of the episode when we first jumped into it.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
So now we're going to go in and set our rival. And I wanted it to be a bit of a challenge this time. So instead of picking one of the lower guys that, you know, we could probably pip off very easily, we're going for Charles Leclerc. So I reckon at the moment we're fairly even with him on pace and skill as we quickly look at the weather. And now we're going to go head into the Monza race.
It's race day here in Italy once again. Monza, home to so many records. The smallest winning margin, for example. Do you remember in 1971, Peter Gethin beat Ronnie Peterson to the line by 1/100th of a second. There were 40 overtakes for the lead alone in 1965, and Kimi Raikkonen clocked a record top speed of 230 miles per hour here, just over a decade ago. So there's a lot to live up to then for all of our drivers today. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. So, let's briefly discuss Lewis Hamilton. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, with Lucas Weber alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hülkenberg and Williams, Pierre Gasly and Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Magnussen and Devon Butler, Perez, Sainz, Charles Leclerc. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Norris, Stroll, Russell, Sebastian Vettel and Alexander Albon, Grosjean and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Now you can't half tell that this race is very stringent on engine components. A lot of teams taking penalties there.
You can run side by side into the Rettifilio, but don't brake too late on these cold tyres or you will hit someone.
Alright, thank you very much, Jeff. Now, we can't do anything with the strategy, so we're just having a look at what it's like. And we're pretty sorted on it. As we now go to the 5 red lights to start this race. And we're off and away for the Italian Grand Prix. And we get a very bad start there, actually. Getting passed by Gasly on the run up to the line, our former rival, but we go for a big dive bomb. And we overtake Hulkenberg in his new Force India car. He tries to run us a little bit wide off the track there, and we swipe back at him to show our disapproval of that. But with our Mercedes engine OP, it's time for us to try and catch up to Bottas and Weber to see if maybe we can effect an overtake on them. Get very oversteery there, going through the first part of that second chicane. And we did lose a little bit of ground, but we managed to gain it back up with that short run into the first Lesmo. Coming out of the second Lesmo now. And we are losing Bottas and Weber a little bit slow on the uptake for the fuel mixture. We break down hard for the Ascari chicane. Weber and Bottas racing side by side through Ascari. That is going to hold them up exponentially. Now we're in the slipstream away, but we go to the right to try and effect an overtake, and we're trying to get Bottas as well. We run a little bit wide off the apex as we went so deep, and we gave him a little bit of a rub on the side pod. And we have taken the lead of the Italian Grand Prix at the end of lap 1. Bottas still right there on our left side. We've just got him cleared on the run to the first chicane. We'll go through the first chicane now, and we have indeed got him cleared. That is first position officially ours. We move on now to the middle of lap 3.
For a new strategy option.
Bottas trying to sneak up on the right side as I was trying to make my way over to the right side of the track. He gets his nose right up there. He almost completely overtakes us as DRS is activated now, so that's why he had the fantastic run. We both locked up going into Ascari, and we managed to hold on to the position for now. Bottas going for another big dive now, this time up the inside going into the Parabolica. We give him plenty of space there on the inside. We didn't need to do that because he did lose a little bit of ground to us in the braking zone. Now he's side by side with us as we make our run down to first corner. Bottas with the DRS advantage pulling away from us, but we squeeze him over to the right side of the track there. And we managed to get the overtake remade on him. And we hold on to the lead again. Now we move on to the end of lap 5. And we're going to pull into the pits as Hamilton joined the battle between me and Bottas. Now we took a very early stop compared with everyone else, so we are going to try and undercut the entire field quite a bit here.
Release.
Now, I'm not sure how well the undercut's going to work since we're going onto the medium tyres.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Alright, no worries, Jeff. We'll try our best, mate. Now we've moved on to the end of lap 7. It looks like a few of the other cars are starting to make their pit stops. We've got Bottas cleared as he's coming out of the pits.
Yellow flag.
And there's a yellow flag ahead. And it's Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo out of the race.
Car deployed.
Virtual
Slow down
safety
and
car.
maintain a positive delta.
We'll have a look at the replay camera. And there's no smoke, so something electrical or hydraulic has gone wrong with Danny Rick's car. It's unfortunate for our fellow Aussie. Now we continue on to the end of lap 9 going through Ascari.
Norris is out in front.
We've got Bottas right on our tail. We've got Gasly and Norris at the very least in front of us. Bottas going for the big inside move into the Parabolica. Couldn't quite get it done. We squeezed him right down to the inside of the track in the braking zone. We managed to get him cleared as we come out of the corner.
This is your final lap. Final
Now
lap
we
of the
jump
race.
towards the final lap of the race. Hamilton and Bottas still right there behind us,
Okay, the car
pressuring
behind
us
is
a lot.
catching you by 5/10 a lap. 5/10.
Now they all had at least 2 lap fresher tyres than me, so my tyres were starting to go off here. Hamilton will just not let me go no matter what. He caught up to me a lot in this final lap with his slightly fresher tyres as we lock up and have a terrible run through the second chicane. I'm usually fairly confident here through the Lesmos, but as you can see, we've missed the apex by a ton. As we head into the second Lesmo now, we clip that apex a little bit better, but we get a little bit of oversteer on the exit. Hamilton is still looming right there behind us. He's in the slipstream with the DRS. Big lock up as we go into Ascari. We still somehow make the apex of the corner. We see the indication arrow of Hamilton is right there on our tail. This is starting to get intense now as we brake for the parabolica. We stayed all the way to the right to the bend. We go to the left to take as much room as we can. The arrow intensified. We come up to the checkered flag, and it's a win.
That's a race win. You've really been great today.
So, another fantastic victory for Williams today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Oh, here they are now. I always love seeing the independent teams do well. Williams have a long and storied history with F1, and I'm delighted to see them on the top step of the podium.
There we go, there's the podium. Myself, Hamilton and Bottas. First, second and third respectively. And that was probably one of the hardest challenging wins that I've actually had so far in this career mode. And I boil that down to
So let's review the updated driver's standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Sebastian Vettel would definitely be my first choice. He showed up a lot of the drivers out on the track today and didn't show any signs of slowing down.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings.
Vettel going from
I'm equal
17th to
parts
first.
exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us
George Russell,
for
our
the next
teammate,
one.
made his way up to 12th. Great to see him finally getting a result on the board. No points, but still good. Devon Butler down in 19th, and I didn't see where Weaver was. I must have lost him in the sea of names. Have a look at the standings, and we've moved in front of Vettel into P2 in the championship, which is incredible. We have a little scroll down, and our teammate George Russell down in 16th. But Williams still 4th in the standings. McLaren has overtaken Toro Rosso. Toro Rosso now the only team without a point to their name.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? Things are looking up after last week, aren't they? Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing. Appreciate your time.
Alright, now it's time to see our rivalry update and our resource point update. And it's good to see we've got plenty of green there as we're leading both rivalries. Only 1 point over Leclerc since we didn't manage to get him on there for the qualifying. But it looks like we're going to be fairly dominating George Russell here again. look at the resource points now. Plenty of points gained in this race, including the team bonus, which brings our total up to 2,200 for the end of the Monza race.
Excellent result today. Finishes like that will look good on your contract reviews. On to the next one.
So now it's time to go and have a look at what we're going to do for our R&D updates. As we go and visit the R&D tree. Now what I'm thinking here is we might go for the 2 engine components here. So that way when we come to the next track, which I'm pretty sure is Singapore, we're going to get 4 engine updates all at the same time, which would be an absolute dream come true. And just looming past those 2 minor upgrades, we've got 2 ultimate upgrades there as well. So if we could manage to get them, that would be an absolute coup for us. But at the moment, it's just not a feasible option. But that's going to wrap it up for this episode, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. As per usual, we're going to leave you off with the highlights package as provided by Formula 1. And until the next episode comes out, I will see you guys next time.